Welcome to KNX tutorial 2, programming our basic blinds. So in this video we're going to cover how to program blinds using KNX. So it's the same drawing, the same example we did it in the tutorial 1, but the only changes is I'm using in this tutorial I'm using Young's push button and Young's switch / blind actuator. The dimmer is the same, the lighting, PIR, everything is the same, the lighting circuit exactly the same. So the same lighting details, we have all these lighting which we discussed in the tutorial 1. So the same thing. So the blinds we have, these are the blind details. So we have at the entrance we have one blind, and then in the bedroom we suppose we have two blinds, which is blind 1 and blind 2. I'm gonna control these two blind 1, blind 2 together from one button, and in the entry we have one single blind which we're gonna control through one button. So in this way we will cover both way how to control single blind and how to control group of blinds. So these are the equipment details. So the same dimming actuator, it's a 6-channel ABB 6-channel dimming actuator. But the switch actuator, this time I'm using Young's switch actuator, which can do switch and blinds both. You can change this setting in the ETS. We will cover this in detail in the programming section. And I'm using, as in the previous example, we have like 3 rocker button, push button, Gohar one. But in this case, I'm using 4 rocker / 8 button switch, which is Young. So we will leave the first 3 rocker for the lighting, and the last one we will use as for the blinds, and the PIR is the same. Okay, let's go to programming. Okay, so I'm gonna create a copy of the tutorial 1. So I'm going to create a clone. I'm going to change the name of this as a KNX tutorial 2. Now I will delete the previous push button because I want to keep the program, because I want to keep the number of devices maximum to number 5 number of devices. So from the cabinet I'm going to delete the switch actuator here, 8-channel switch actuator, and I'm going to add Young 8-channel switch actuator. Let's go download the Young 8-channel switch actuator. So this is 8-channel switch actuator database. Let's go there and let's download this database file. I'm gonna write down all the links in the description, so it will be easy for you guys to download it. Okay, let's go back to ETS. Go to the catalog as we did it in last video. Again, I like it split vertically. I'll disable the cloud, is because you wouldn't see all this cloud service, which is another feature of ETS which you can enable. I might cover this in one of the later video, how to enable the cloud service in the ETS. It is free, you don't need to pay anything for it. It's just you can enable this cloud service, which is very helpful. So click import and I'll go. So this is the switch actuator 2316.16 REGHE. Click here, open, English, select import language. Converting data. Okay, so this is done here, and let's click on Young. Where is this? Is Young, and I'm adding 16 gang switch or 8 gang shutter actuator. So which is you're gonna use it as a mixture. So I'm gonna install this in the cabinet. Now in the cabinet I have one dimmer and this switch actuator. Let's link, because we're going to use exactly the same structure we did it in the previous video. So I'll go to group addresses and entry lighting, which is the stair lights. I'm going to link this, because after deleting the previous switch actuator, you see now there is only one group object link, which is the keypad. I'm going to delete that as well, but it's still I haven't deleted yet, so that's showing up here, and you see there is showing the status is 0. So because I delete the switch actuator, ABB switch actuator, so all these links are gone as well. Let's click on this device here. So by default it is as a blind actuator, but you can change it into the switch operation. So I'll go there, switching output time. If you go to journal, where is the, okay, here you can change it. Select switching / shutter blind, so you can change it whether you want to use it as a switching or blind actuator. So the first four, 1 2 3 5, so first 5 we need as a switching actuator. So this one, this we need switching, this we need switching, and so for the blind you need 2 channel of switch actuators. So first 6 I'm converting them as a switching actuator, which will be using for the lighting. Let's go back to the, so okay, you can see output 1 2 3 4 5 6, but I can't see feedback, so you have to enable the feedback of these output as well. So let's go back again to the parameter. Output 1, there should be somewhere, okay, here is the feedback, none. So this one, active signal object, no inversion. So you can take it passive, or these are the different settings. I'm not going into details of this. Okay, so channel 1, enable function, yes, feedback. So I don't want to add any delay to it, and I don't want a feedback to be transmitting cyclically. Okay, let's select the other. So the trick here is to make life easier. You select all this together, 5 till 6, and now select the feedback is this one, and no delay. Okay, so now I should be able to see the feedback as well. So switching and switching feedback, which is status as well, you can say status. So the output one is stair step light switching, and the feedback is feedback. Yep. So this is because we did the stairs, we didn't add the stairs to the all lights, so I'm not doing it. I'm gonna leave it exactly the same it was in the other cycle, in the other program, other tutorial. Now let's go to the bedroom, and the bedside lamp is also switch circuit, so let's link that here as well. Bedside and feedback, the bedside. Okay, so that one is done, and let's go to the bathroom. And in the bathroom we have bathroom all on, all up. Ideally we don't need the feedback of the bathroom. Let me disable the feedback on the bathroom one, because I'm not let's go to general. So we have 3 circuits in the bathroom, and the feedback is, I don't want any feedback for the bathroom. Okay, so link this one, this all 3 with the bathroom on and off. Now you can see here we have 4 objects. So the 3, like the one, this one is the first one is spotlight, bathroom spotlights. So this is bathroom spotlights. The next one is bathroom mirror light, and this one is bathroom fan. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of changes to the structure of the main group address as well. So I'm going to rename this to KNX tutorial 1, tutorial 2 lighting. Just click here, KNX tutorial 2 lighting, and I'm going to create another one here. Now I need to create another main group address, and this should be KNX tutorial 2 blinds, and here I need to do exactly same entry blinds, and then bedroom blinds. And I don't have any blinds in the bathroom, so I'm not doing in the bathroom. Or Okay, leave it like this, that's fine. So if you look into the blind settings, so they have long operation and short operation. What that means, long operation is when you send on and off to the long operation, that will open completely or close completely the blind. So like the blinds is at the moment is currently closed, and when you send open operation to the blind, so they open long operation to the blind, so it will open completely. And if you send short operation, like short operation basically 1 and 0, if you send any of 1 or 0, then the blind will stop there. It's yeah, so the blind will stop there. So we're going to cover only long operation and short operation here. So I'm going to create here head group address, entry, blind, long operation, long operation, and then short operation, short operation. So this is for the entry blind. And then in the bedroom, so I'm gonna create for separate and then as a group as well. So add here bedroom blind 1 long operation, and then bedroom 2 short operation. And then exactly the same way I'm going to add a few empty boxes, empty group addresses, so it look nicer. And then I need to create blind 2 long operation and blind 2 short operation, and then again few spare, and then I need to bedroom all bedroom blinds, all bedroom blinds, long operation, and all bedroom blinds short operation, short operation, and then okay, so we create the group addresses for the blinds, and then okay, let's copy a few up there. You can click here, Control C, and then here Control V, which will copy the same group addresses into the other main group address, here, not main middle group address. Okay, so here channel 7 and 8. So as I mentioned, blinds need 2 channel of the switching. What the blind is, like blind have, most of the blind, they have bidirectional motor which can rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise. But how it does is like 7 and 8, let's suppose we have one motor which is connected to 7 and 8. So if there is power on channel 7, then the motor will open the blind, But if there is power on channel 8, then the motor will rotate in other direction and it will close the blinds. So the short operation with, now let's do the link in, output 7, long operation with the long operation, and short operation with the short operation. That is for the entry. Now let's go to the bedroom, like this bedroom. Position of blind and slot, you don't need to worry about this at the moment. Again, long operation, bedroom 1 long operation, and short operation, and again bedroom 2, it is bedroom 2 long operation and short operation. Okay, now to group these two blinds together, which we'll do like when we press long operation, both blind will open or close at the same time, and when we press short operation, they will stop at the same time. So let's group them together. Select both channel and link into the all bedroom blinds, and short operation here, exactly the same, link here. Okay, now we link the actuator to the group addresses. Those actuator gonna be like, they will be waiting for command from the push sensor. So whatever push sensor sent to this switch actuator / blind actuator, they will respond to that command. Okay, so we have at the moment, we have at the entry, we have this KNX, which is gear switch. I'm going to delete this one here. I don't need this one anymore because I'm going to add young switch actuator, and same thing in the bedroom as well. Okay, so let's go to again to the download the catalog for push button module, 4-gain push button module. So let's click there, download the database file, click download, which I already downloaded. This is the one, and let's go import this to the catalog. Click on catalog. Okay, maximize this, and again I'm going to disable the cloud service here. I had already downloaded, added that to our catalog. This is the one, but let's do it once more. Okay, let's do it once more. Import catalog, and here is, this is the one. Open this one and let's see what it gives. So if you look in here, there is 5091 TSM. This is 1 gain, which means there will be 2 buttons or 1 rocker. 5092, which will be 2 rocker / 4 button. 5093 should be 3 rocker / 6 button, but I'm using this one, 5094 TSM, which is 4 rocker / 8 buttons. Let's import this one. One thing is very important. If you look here, this version, it's saying 1.1, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. After finishing this, I will explain a bit. You will be able to see a bit more, and I'll be able to explain a bit more. But when you receive a KNX devices, previously I had issues downloading the young devices. The problem was when I received the devices, when I had the devices, the firmware version was different. Like this is 1.1 and the device I had was 1.0, and I create the programming on 1.1. So when I tried to download it, it was giving an error, just saying the database is not for the right device. So make sure you check the firmware if you are getting such an error, like the version of the devices. It's mostly on the young devices, it's written there somewhere, the device firmware version, and you will need to download exactly the same device, and then you should be able to download the device. Xenio devices have the same issues as well, and a lot more KNX devices, so just to be a bit careful there. Okay, so let's add this to our building. So we have at the entry, I have one 4-button switch, which is KNX 1. This is KNX 1. I can copy this from here, exactly same copy, and paste in bedroom 2, and this is KNX 2. Okay, all good here. Let's go to the programming of entry. So we have rocker 1, rocker 2, rocker 3, rocker 4. Okay, so the first rocker I want exactly the same. I don't want to change the rocker type, but what I need to change it to dimming, because at the moment it is in the as a switch. It's working as a switch, not dimming. And then rocker 2, I want them as a button, and rocker 3 as a button. And okay, let's do, and rocker 4 I want as a blind control. So the last rocker will do the blinds. Okay, so rocker / key selection. Okay, so the first one is, I don't need to change that. I want as a rocker. The second one, okay, let's close this for the time being. Function of key 3 and 4 as a rocker. I don't want it as a rocker, I want it as a separate key. And the other one I want as a separate key as well. And this one I don't want to, I want to leave it as a rocker. Okay, let's come here to the rocker one. Okay, so here I want them as a dimming. And key press indication and key press indication, I don't want to change that for the time being. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so this key 3, this I want to change as a dimming, because I'm going to control the shun layer from here, which is dimmable. Then again, key 4, which is spotlight, which is dimmable as well. So let's change them to dimming as well. And then this one is wall light, which is dimming as well, dimmable. So leave it as a dimmable. And number 6 is switching toggle for the step slides. So I'll leave it as it is. And number 4, rocker 4, is shutter shutter or blind. So this is shutter. Set this shutter. Key press indication. So X1 is, so the left hand side is up and the right hand side is down. So short, long, short concept. Okay, let's go to the group addresses, group object, and let's open the group addresses. Entry lighting first. So the rocker one is all lights on, which all light mean not included the stair step lights. And then rocker one dimming with the relative dimming. Now the next one is key 3 switching is for the chandelier switching, and key 3 dimming is chandelier dimming. Key 4 spotlight, and key 4 dimming is spotlight. Key 5 is wall light, and relative dimming is wall light. And key 6 is stair step light. Now go to the blinds, entry blinds. So I have only one blind, entry blind, long operation. So move operation is long operation, and step operation is actually short operation. So here this one is, so we done the entry switch. Now let's go back to bedroom 2 switch. Okay, exactly the same. Let's go to the parameters. Close this group addresses, rocker section here as a separate keys. So the rocker one is switching, dimming, and key 3, key 4, key 5, all 3 are dimming as well. These are dimming, and key 6 is switching. And rocker 4 is blinds, which is shutter. Let's go to the group objects, open the group addresses, gain to the lighting, bedroom lighting, go to the all bedroom. So rocker one is all bedroom, rocker one dimming is all bedroom dimming. Key 3 is chandelier, key 3 dimming is chandelier dimming, key 4 is spotlight on and off, and key 4 dimming is key 4 dimming. Key 5 is wall lights on and off, switching, and the dimming is linked to the relative dimming. And key 6 is switching only, which is bedside lamp on and off. So the lighting section is done, and let's go to the blind section. So as we are grouping those two blinds together, so I'm going to link only step operation, which is short operation, to the short operation, and move operation to the long operation. So this will move the blinds up and down completely, the move operation, which is exactly the same like long operation, and short operation, which will, let's suppose you press a move operation, you press a button which is normally long press. So when you press and hold a button, open button of the blind, so the blind start opening, and when it reach to the mid level, and then you want to stop the blind there, so you just press a short press and the blind will stop there. Okay, so that's all for the blinds. So let's change this one. Okay, I need to change the name here as well. Tutorial 2. PIR, I'm not changing the PIR. Let's have a look. No, because I didn't change the PIR, so it's exactly the same PIR in the previous program, but I'm gonna add, no, I'm leaving exactly like this for the time being. I might cover some more feature of the PIR and the switches LED concept. If you look into the gear switches, if you go into the parameters, at the moment when you press the button, the LED on the switch itself will turn on and then goes off, which will like just indicating the press. But you can display the status of the light as well by that LED. So if you look into here, function of the status LED, it's just key press. You can use it as a status indicator switching object. So let's suppose key 3, I'm going to cover this later because it will become a little complex for the time being now. So that's all for the blind section. Okay, thanks for watching, and please let me know if you need any sort of help. Just let me know, and if you want me to make any video on any specific product, just let me know and I will do a video on that as well. Thanks for watching.